It's sundress season! Yes, now I am currently on a no-buy season as far as shopping for patterns. However, I mean that very loosely because y'all know how it is. If there's a sale or a pattern that I just cannot resist, I'm gonna get it. However, that didn't stop me from browsing and looking on the Simplicity website to make my wish list for next summer. So here's what we're going to do in today's video. I'm going to be covering some patterns I came across that I think are timeless. They have a very feminine and flirty silhouette that I think will never go out of style. So let's get into it. Now I have my iPad here and I already have the images pulled up so that way I can just go ahead and swipe through and just talk through some of the patterns that I came across. Now the first pattern that I have is Simplicity 9597. This is a Mimi G style pattern and it is labeled as a easy to sew pattern. Now what I love about this particular dress is that it has some simple straps. It has the bandeau top that goes around the bust area, and then it's also a tiered layered dress. So I think that this is great, especially in the summertime as you are going to those barbecues or, you know, some place that has some good food for the summertime. You have this nice dress that kind of flows away from the body. It isn't anything that's clinging to you, so you have a lot of breathing room and it's just super flowy. And I think that this is a dress that you can just hang on to and you can grow into, because it isn't something that, you know, you have to worry about if you look good in it, because it's not something that clings to your figure. So you can hang on to this dress for many years to come, and this is something that you can just grow into, especially if you have this dress made up in a fabric that you love. Now the next dress is an epitome of a sundress. It is Simplicity S9745, and listen, you can't get more summer than this. This sundress comes in a short, mid-length, and then a floor length dress. It has 3 different versions, and what I like about this is that it's simple. Now it isn't labeled easy to sew on this particular pattern, but I'm thinking, how hard could this be? It looks to me that there is just simply a front, a back, and then some straps. And if you are a bit of a advanced sewer, maybe you can make this into a strapless dress. It just depends on what you are going for, but I really like this. I think this is simple and you have a few different options to go with. Now the next pattern that I came across was Simplicity S9885, and I love this dress. I think this dress is mainly meant for a formal summer event. However, I think that if you went with view C, you can shorten that, and that can also be worn as a nice summer dress. And in fact, I actually think that I have something very similar to this dress that I wore to a wedding, and I would say this was a end of summer going, or was it a fall? I can't remember the exact timeline, but I wore something very similar to this. It came in a black. I purchased it from J Lux label because I love their clothing, but I wish I had picked up sewing a lot sooner, so that way I just could have made this dress from this pattern, because once I pop the photo up on the screen, you all will see how similar this dress is to the dress that I purchased. The only difference is the side cutout piece. You can see a little bit of an accent gold, I guess you can say chain or charm. I'm not really sure what you call it, but you see that accent accessory on the side of the dress that I purchased, and I think that that's something that I can intentionally incorporate into this pattern. Now this next pattern falls right in line with the previous pattern I just showed you all, as being one of those dresses that is a fun and sexy summer dress, and it is McCalls M8311, and I'm going to show you all exactly what I mean. Now if you just look at that, Simplicity S9885 and McCalls M8311, they are very similar dresses. However, McCalls is a girl's dress, and I want to tell you all what I mean. And What I like about this dress is I'm someone who is not afraid to show off a little bit of skin, and I love how there's a little bit of skin showing along the collarbone, along the waist, and a little bit of the upper stomach, and wraps around towards the back. I think that it is very unexpected, and it gives sexy, and it gives summertime. Okay, it's something about showing skin that isn't your typical areas that you think of outside of the cleavage and the bum. Now those are definitely expected areas where you show off your breast and your, okay, those are expected areas. However, give me a little bit of a collarbone, a little bit of stomach, maybe a little bit of an elbow. Okay, you know what, it's unexpected, it's very tasteful, and I think that this pattern does that. It gives you sexy, it gives you summertime vibes. However, I think that this is the dress that you want to take with you if you go on vacation, or if you're on a dinner date with your girls and it's somebody's birthday and the theme is to bring grown and sexy vibes. Okay, I can definitely see that. And I love view C, which is just completely sleeveless. I think whether you decide to go with the long sleeve version or the short sleeve version, this is definitely a summer dress that you want to have and that you want to wear. Now, Simplicity S9885, this particular pattern, I think that it is more formal, mainly because of the silhouette and the long sleeve and just the simple side cutout. It doesn't really show much of your stomach, so I think that's what makes this particular pattern more formal. Even the way that she has accessorized this look with the gold hanging earring, it gives it more of a formal look. Now, view C of S9885, you can probably get away with this being an informal look if you shorten a dress. Now, McCalls 8311, it's a little bit formal, but I wouldn't wear it to a formal event, mainly because the stomach part is showing. Okay, but I will definitely wear this dress if I'm on a vacation or if I am on a girls trip and the theme is grown and sexy. This is what this dress gives. Now, this next pattern is Simplicity S9778. It is another Mimi G style pattern, and it is labeled an easy to sew dress. Now, what I love about this is it is giving feminine, it is giving sexy, but it is also giving modest but sexy in a very tasteful way. Now, let me elaborate what I mean about how this can be modest but still very sexy. Now, I love that this dress is super tasteful because what's nice about the silhouette of this pattern is it accentuates the cleavage, as well as it gives you a little bit of a cutout above the stomach. And I think that this is a great dress to wear. Let's say you want to show the silhouette that, hey, I'm a lady, I have curves, and these girls in the front of me is a part of my body, but you don't want to do it in a overly revealing way. Okay, you want to show your curves, you want to show your femininity, you want to show that you're sexy, but you don't want to let it hang all out. I think that this dress does a great job of allowing you to show off your silhouette, to show that you have curves, but also covers you up. You know, you want to give a little cleavage, you want to give a little stomach, but you don't want to be too revealing. It's a great way to accentuate your feminine parts, your curvaceous areas, and still be feminine without being overly revealing. So that's what I mean when I say that this dress is super tasteful. I love that it comes with a above the knee option, as well as one that's mid calf length, and I think with the tie front, it's a great way to cover up the cleavage, especially if you are a busty gal, but you also aren't trying to hide your cleavage. Okay, it's giving sexy, but in a very tasteful way. The same thing when it comes to the skirt and the bottom half of the dress. Let's say you want to show off a little bit of skin, you want to show off your stomach, but you don't want your whole stomach to be hanging out. Maybe you don't want people to see your belly button piercing. Maybe you don't want people to see what's going on down there. Maybe you had too much at the barbecue, but you still want to have your shapewear on, so that way you can hide your little bit of fupa, or you can hide a little bit of the bloating when it's that time of the month, or maybe you want to hide your little booty pop that you got on, you know, or maybe you don't want to hide it. I think that the way that this dress is shaped, it does a great job of giving you that fun, that flirty, that feminine silhouette, but it's also a very nice, tasteful summer dress that allows you to show off your feminine parts in a very elegant way that isn't overly revealing. So I love this dress. I love the entire look, especially how she paired it with the earrings to match the dress in view A, and also just the chunky heel. Love those heels, okay? Just love this entire look, and I think that this is just a beautiful, beautiful summer dress. Now, the next pattern that I came across is, again, it is another just fabulous and fun and exactly what I mean when I say sundress season, which is new look $64.91. I actually wish I was able to snag this pattern in the Hobby Lobby sale. However, I wasn't able to get my hands on this. But again, this is another one of those sundresses. When you think of summer sundress, you think of this dress in particular. $64.91. Okay, this is a timeless dress because it isn't one of those dresses that clings to your body. You're able to stitch this up in a nice, flowy, breathable fabric, or a solid, or some type of print that you feel like, you know what, I'm never going to get tired of this print. This is always going to be a look. I can definitely see this being just one of those sundresses that you just want to hang on to and pull out of your closet every summer. I love that you have a thin strap, you have a little bit of a V-neck, and then it cinches in right beneath the bust, and then it flares out at the bottom, and it gives you a lot of breathing room because it's nothing like if you're at your summer barbecue, you can eat as much as you want and won't nobody know what you got going on underneath. Okay, this is definitely a nice, beautiful, and a very elegant sundress, especially for view A. I like that it's long, so that way if you're someone that gets cold pretty easily, this looks like that this pattern goes all the way to your ankles, so it covers you up a little bit, and then maybe you want to toss on a sweater to just cover your arms. What makes this timeless is the fact that it's one of those flowy dresses, and you don't have to worry about it clinging to your body or being hot in something like this, because if you sew this up in a breathable fabric, it's a good time. Okay, you can throw this on whether you are just around the house. You can throw this on to run some errands. You can throw this on to go to a fun summer event, and it's a sundress. Y'all know how it is. Now the next dress is McCalls M8105. I would categorize this dress as being a formal summer dress, mainly because of view C. It has a little bit of a train, the way the dress kind of falls and hangs on view C. I think you can get away with view A being just like, you know, an everyday summer dress, especially if you pair it with a nice cropped sweater to go over your arms. But I also love that view B has this nice slit along the front. It's something about this dress, it definitely gives me formal vibes. I can see somebody wearing this to a summer wedding, a beach wedding, or I don't know, maybe you are going to a graduation, some type of formal ceremony or event that's going on in the summertime. I think that this is the type of dress that you can get away with wearing. The next dress is new look 6210. This is another dress that comes to mind when you think of sundress season. What I love about this pattern in particular is that it has a curved collar as well as a V-neck option, and it is a racer back sundress. And view E also has a little bit of a slit along the side, so I'm not mad at it. It is labeled just for knits, and again, I cannot see this dress ever going out of style. Okay, this is something you can throw on to wear around the house or to throw in a weekend bag. If somebody says, hey, okay, we're going on a trip, grab you some clothes, I would grab this dress, and it never goes out of style. They have a long length version, a short length version. I'm pretty sure you all have this dress already in your closet. I'm pretty sure you have some type of dress very similar to this in your closet, and it's nothing like getting this particular pattern so that way you can stitch it up in as many colors as you like, or as many prints, or whatever you come across. This is definitely a keeper and one of those patterns that I think is a must to have inside of your stash, especially if you are looking for a simple and a sexy summer dress. The next pattern I came across is McCalls M8091. Absolutely love the silhouette of this pattern. I can see myself sewing up view A, which is the strapless version. Now, I'm someone who is not afraid to show a little bit of skin, so I love that view A has the strapless option. I love that it's buttoned down, and this dress also has pockets, but if you wanted to, you can also insert the pocket on the inseam if you like, if you're not a person who likes pockets on the front of garments. But I think that this is a nice and tasteful way to accentuate your curves and to also accentuate your cleavage area, but not being, again, overly revealing. I think that this is just a nice, tasteful dress that you can wear if you are just, you know, going on a walk around the lake, you are hanging out in somebody's backyard, and it's just a cute dress. Even if it's a graduation that you're going to, or a trunk party, or what may have you, this is a cute dress. And I can even see somebody wearing this dress to maybe like a fun brunch or something. The next dress that I came across is McCalls 8084, and this is another dress that I think is timeless because it is very loose fitting. It has a ton of fun ruffles. It has a tie in the front. It has like a little bit of a slouchy sleeve, and it has just ruffles galore in this, especially if you're looking at view B. This particular pattern has a ton of ties and ruffles and ruching, and it just looks like a good time. Okay, you cannot go wrong with this dress. I think that this is just a fun dress, and I think that this can be a dress that you wear even if you're going to, I don't know, something that's more work related. You can get away with styling this dress and wearing this dress. It's just a cute dress. Okay, I don't have a lot to say about it, but I can see this being an elegant dress that you can just hang on to. Now, this next pattern, y'all, I have to be real, like, I just came across Brandy Joan, who is a designer for McCalls, and I must tell you all, similar to Mimi G patterns or Nomi patterns, I love the style and the silhouette of Brandy Joan patterns. It's something about her patterns and her designs in particular, they just scream feminine. Okay, even the way that she's kind of positioning her body and she's modeling the dress in this pattern, it just looks super feminine. I like that this dress comes in a short version. It also comes in a longer version, and I think that the slit on the side is very tasteful. Okay, I'm always here for showing a little bit of skin, and I think that this does that very tastefully. It's just, I don't know, it's just something about this dress that just screams sexy. It's super simple. It doesn't say easy to sew or anything, but again, I think that this might be one of those patterns that is easy to stitch up. It's simple, and you can throw on within the summertime. Now, this last pattern that I have, this one isn't a sundress, okay, but it is a new pattern that's on the market, and I did get my hands on this one. Okay, I decided to pick this up because I love the silhouette of this skirt. I love how it kind of crisscrosses in the front. It has a little bit of ruching on the top hip area, and I think if you wanted to, you could potentially turn this skirt into a dress. But I love that this is like a swimsuit but then a skirt cover up. Definitely a summer look, definitely a look, and this is something I cannot wait to stitch up this summer. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section what you have planned to stitch up this summer, and if you care to stay up to date with any of my upcoming projects, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Bye.